Pickaxe.
Hello and welcome to 0 Degrees, the podcast with no qualifications where we try and solve your complications. I'm Ravs and I'm joined by the lovely Harry.
Hello. How are you doing?
They're very good. And our very special guest, Tommy B.
Producer
Bates. Extraordinaire.
Wow.
Editing king himself.
The animator.
Nigel and Marmalade, the master, the animator, the
goat.
The goat.
I'm glad you read the description I gave to you that I wrote down. This is perfect. Hello, everyone. I'm Tom.
Yay.
I do those things.
You do all of those things,
All of
Tom.
them.
Tom, most importantly on 0 Degrees, the thing we have to cover with all of our guests.
Yes,
Do you have a degree?
I do have a degree.
Oh my
And that's
god.
fine. You're not the first guest to come on with a degree.
Filthy
Okay.
degree haver.
Turns
Okay.
out most of our
Yeah.
guests actually
Yeah,
have degrees, and we're
yeah.
in the minority not
Yeah.
having degrees.
I did a film and television production degree, so it's not a real one.
Ooh.
It's just
Nice.
a shit one.
It's a fake one.
It's a fake degree. It doesn't mean anything at all.
Did you-
I've never ever been asked. I think it was my sister was like. They said, "Oh, we found your degree certificate." This was literally this Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "I didn't know that exists." And she was like, "Do you not need that to get jobs?" And I was like, "I don't work in a real industry.
No.
No one cares if you've got a degree. It doesn't matter."
Did you enjoy going to uni then? Was it a good experience?
So my uni experience was I found this list of like film schools in the UK that was supposedly like really good, and I just went round all of them and managed to get into one, which
Okay.
was lucky
Nice.
in London. So I went to London, which wasn't my jam at all. I'm not like a
Oh,
London
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. London, ugh.
Yeah, and I knew I wouldn't be just because I'm not like a country bumpkin, but I grew up kind
London
of
is
near
different. It's different to every other city. It's just enormous and annoying. Like,
It is.
Yeah, like
it's-
getting around such a hassle. It's so crowded.
Also,
like-
being a student there, having no money,
oh my god.
sounds like a nightmare.
This was the big thing. Was like I had like I think 30 quid a week to get my food and have
What?
fun, and it was like
so you ate a lot of like 11 pence noodles and shit. Like
all
that.
I could get my hands on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like, living in London is like great if you have the money to go to the theatre and do all these things. Like it's
Yeah,
nice to
yeah.
walk around, like go for some nice walks, see some
There's lots
things.
of wonderful things you can see. But
Yeah, and great
Yeah.
people really enjoyed it, and we managed. Like to be honest, I don't want to dominate the conversation. With
No,
just,
go.
Oh no,
Go,
like
go.
fire ahead.
One of the best things was one of my friends got into stand-up comedy, just amateur stand-up comedy, and we ended up going to all these random nights above pubs, just
That's
like
really good.
Okay.
just
Yeah,
like
that's
random
very
comedy. And because it was 2009 or 10, you'd see people like James Acaster before he was James Acaster,
fucking
like
wow,
Josie
okay.
Long and what's it, Sarah Pascoe, and these people who hadn't quite hit yet.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in their early days when they were figuring stuff out, like in the
that
back
that
rooms
makes
of
it
pubs,
feel really exciting and real,
it
right?
felt
That-
really energized, like
you
a
were like,
sparky
I'm
sort
on
of
the edge
atmosphere.
of TV, I'm on the edge of comedy.
Yes.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
the melting pot of it all.
Is James
Exactly.
Acaster a stage name, or was he called like my name's Gary Stubbs?
Yeah, Willie Bumpkin. He
Yeah.
was no, I don't know.
Yeah.
Really well good.
Yeah, no, he was. It was good. It was really good, and it was like you said. It felt like, oh, we're seeing something that no one gets to see, and that was one of the
Yeah.
great things about being in London. And also, Ginny Weasley was on my course at uni.
Oh, wow, okay, holy
I feel like
fuck.
I had this memory of. I feel like
Yeah.
you have told me this before.
Yeah, Bonnie Wright. She's the actress who played Ginny in Harry Potter, and it was day one standing to wait.
So wait,
outside.
2009. What stage of Harry Potter
They were
is?
still making it because she'd occasionally go off and.
Really?
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
How was that? Did they have an ego? Were they?
No,
like-
she was great.
No?
She was really
Okay.
lovely. Yeah.
But people must have been quite because she's an A-list.
Well, it was one
at
of
the
those
time,
things-
I'm not saying she's not now, but at the time she's very much an A-list.
Oh, it was
actress. Like,
massive.
That's
yeah.
like she's
But it-
enormous.
But it was one of those things where I think I didn't actually meet her on the first day because we were all nervously waiting outside the lecture hall,
Yeah.
and someone stood next to me, and I looked at her and I was like, "Do I know you?" Like that kind of like little
Yeah.
wit. And then I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh no, it can't. Surely it can't be.
Yeah,
I can't know her. Or it can't be Ginny Weasley or whatever." And then it just turned out to be her. But
that's so weird.
yeah, we weren't like best buds or anything, but like we
Yeah.
spoke, had conversations, hung out. She was lovely. She was really
Was she
nice.
like good on the
Nice.
course? Did she like?
Yeah, she was good. Well, she has Hollywood set
Yeah, I was going to say.
experience.
I feel like
she was great.
like,
yeah.
it's kind
Yeah,
of
right.
unfair comparison.
She was
how
like- I
that's
think she
you're
got
like,
to
Living that shit.
Yeah,
you
she
know?
got to hang out in the edit rooms
Yeah.
at Harry Potter and find out about how they made
Yeah, that
films. So
feels
honestly,
so-
Oh wow, that's like cheating. That's
Yeah,
just-
that's
it's a bit
cheating
OP on the
mode.
film course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, she was great. She was really nice.
What
Yeah.
like? So what? You had to make a final movie for your film course, I guess, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. So she directed one, and she got potentially Oscar nominee David Thewlis to be in her
wow.
final
Okay.
film.
Jesus.
I don't know if he's won an Oscar. He's
Wow.
a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
But it was the
Jesus
kind of thing where
Christ.
it was like, we don't stand a chance. Like all the
my
parents were
God.
like, oh look, I recognise him. How did I get
Yeah.
him?
Oh god.
Was
So
it
she
good
got-
though? Like outside of obviously including some A-listers, was her movie good?
Yeah. It was fun. It was fun. We were all like art students. We were doing arty
Yeah.
things. It was
Okay.
like the uni is University of the Arts London, so
Yeah.
we were all
Okay.
like arty people.
Did you get
and-
given like what's the outside of like your area of research and things
Yeah.
you like? Did you get given like a, I don't know, prompt? What?
No, so for the final
Because
film,
like going in to make the final film, just having nothing to go off is actually impossible.
well, this was it. So in the course, like the years leading up to it, you'd get given prompts for like you're doing a documentary, and then you'd do a short
Yeah.
TV drama. You'd have different parameters until you get to your final film, and then it is. There's only a limited amount of directors who could direct films because
see,
not
okay.
everyone could be a director on our course. Some courses do that,
Yeah.
but what it was basically. Of the people on your course, you had to use it to make up the key members of each department. So I was
Okay.
an
Oh,
editor.
so you were split into a group. It was like a group
Well,
project.
the way that it worked was that you, if you wanted to be a director, writer director, you would pitch to the entire class
see,
what you wanted
okay.
to do. So anyone who wanted
Oh,
to pitch
right.
could pitch, and then you voted on. I think it was 6 films, and then you would sort of crew up. Based
Yeah,
on they
yeah.
would go out.
Yeah.
You would either go up to a director and say, "I love what you've pitched. I'd love to work as a cinematographer." on
That's
it," or
quite intense.
whatever.
That's fucking a lot.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
It's
lot of pressure,
It's a
right?
lot of process as well
It
to just
is.
like get
but it's
there
kind of a good like test of
Yeah,
being
yeah,
a
yeah.
filmmaker and having
Yeah.
to sell yourself a little bit.
Yeah, because I guess
And-
you have to like go to actors and go to like fucking all these different
Yeah.
departments and be like, I want to do this
Yeah.
with
This
you.
is it. Although to be
Yeah.
fair, like with me at least, and it might have worked this way with a few other people, is like I had a friend who I was like, oh, if your film gets picked up,
Yeah.
I'll edit it. And
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
So there was like me.
So you didn't have to sell your editing.
No,
chops.
exactly. Yeah.
Because
So,
that's
like,
quite intimidating
it
as well.
is,
It's
yeah.
like
I mean, you kind of know it because you've been on a course for 3 years, 2 years together.
know what people are
what
good
people
at.
are like. You know who you get on with. So like me, the director, and the cinematographer were like really close
Oh,
anyway
nice,
as
okay.
friends, and we were like, we'll work together no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
If we can, we'll try.
Did
and
you
work
have
together.
to like endure any like super wanky like films? Like did anyone like because it was an arts place? Did anyone make like some super just like what the fuck is
So
this?
everyone is so nice, and I don't remember off the top of my head a like super wanky one. I feel like I after uni made a super wanky one.
All right, okay.
That, like because I was at uni, and then in my spare time, because I was so like desperate, I'm like I need to make stuff, which is
Yeah.
that's just like my
that
default.
hasn't changed.
Yeah.
That's you.
I would go home over Christmas break in third year of uni while we
Yeah.
were doing dissertation and final year film. I shot another film for 30 quid, sci-fi film.
Okay.
Which a friend of
For
mine
30
wrote.
pounds.
For 30 pounds, yeah.
Sci-fi 30
And-
pounds. is
Even
like,
with,
that's
even
like
with
nightmare
inflation,
difficult.
it's
I know.
probably like £40.
Yeah. And the thing is, the hilarious thing is, we were all with our final films, which we'd all pitched in like as much money as we could raise. We were trying to get a few
Yeah,
£1,000 budgets. Like this 30 quid film ended up at the same time as all our other ones were struggling to get into these festivals. I just submitted it to Rain Dance in London and got into the Rain Dance Film
Oh
Festival.
wow! Holy shit! On a 30, 40 pound
yeah.
budget, like that's
So
nuts.
that was
Wait,
that.
how much is it? Sorry.
Yeah.
30, 45. I was so stuck on that. Where did that go? Was it like it was one meal deal for the first
Yeah,
day?
yeah.
You know,
So-
it was a taxi to
Yeah.
a bus ticket. To,
This is it. So we didn't count the camera because we already had
yeah.
the camera,
Yeah.
but like we had 2 actors who we didn't pay.
Nice. Good.
They were like acting students.
SAG
and they were-
afros,
Yeah.
like,
Don't tell
watching
SAG.
this.
Don't tell SAG. But yeah, it was. What was it? I think we bought some clothes, as in like tops. So it was
Okay,
Primark costume. Yeah.
Yep.
And that was it. Because
30 quid
Wow.
on
Yeah,
Primark.
Oh no, and no, that was free. We got someone to do the music for it, and they did it
Nice.
for free as well.
okay.
So yeah. It
But
was.
that's also quite a skill in itself of actually getting people to do shit for free. Like,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it is partly connections. It's partly like, but it's also a lot of persuasion.
This is it, and we reached out. It was like finding the right people, and I was what 20, 21, like 20 years old, and you're working with people who are similar age, and everyone's just excited to make stuff, and
yeah.
they're all learning from just like trying, and you're learning to direct, and they're like, oh, this is weird being directed, and I'm directing in a shit way,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone's figuring it out, and it's just a bit of fun. No one's actually ever going to make money, but
No,
it was
it's
nice that like
silly.
the actor couldn't
Yeah.
come, but the actress got to come and see herself on the big screen in
Which is
London.
super
Oh,
fucking
that's
cool.
cool.
It was really cool. Like, it was a
Yeah.
cool experience. However, I sat there the entire time cringing, being like, I am so full of myself. This is so embarrassing. I'm so up my own arse with this movie. Because it was like no dialogue, and it was like moody, sci-fi,
shit.
atmospheric,
Fuck.
like really like
Sci-fi on a £30 budget.
Yeah,
No
I'll see if I
dialogue
can
as well.
find it.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever seen that.
No, I
you've
don't
ever
think I've shown it to
me.
anyone since then, because that was one of the reasons that like I love Yog so much and came here because it switched my brain from art school, which is where I came from, where everyone's talking about all the deep meanings, which of course fantastic. But Yogs was just pure entertainment. Like if you aren't entertaining me, you are doing a bad job.
Do it fast, do it quickly.
And that was my sort of resolution coming out of that cringing feeling at the cinema, where even though it was only 100 people, 200 people in the room, feeling that
you were like, oh god, like it was all weighing down on you. Like,
I don't know if anyone said, like, when you watch a film with an audience, you don't need the audience to react. You just feel everything.
Oh my god,
just no one needs to tell you. Just
it's like when you show someone a funny YouTube video and they don't laugh.
It is exactly that feeling. It is like oh my god, I'm collapsing into myself. Why did I do this?
We have a question that's related to this, but before I jump onto that, I feel like, is that not then the perfect transition for you to then do what you do now, which is a lot of animating and shorts?
Yes.
Like that feels like actually that like it's actually arrived at a very logical kind of conclusion at this current stage.
Yeah,
Which
absolutely.
is interesting to think about it like that.
Absolutely, and it is like it's still, like you said, it's still that ferocious need to like make stuff. Because I make. Like you said, Nigel and Marmalade, these online shorts and stuff.
Well, yeah, I remember some of the other ones that you made like before you did the Marmalade, and I was like, oh, those are fucking awesome. Like,
I love some of the other ones are maybe my favourites.
It's like a Mary Poppins.
The Mary Poppins
one
one
is
was so good.
But it's like that's just like that's what I've been doing in my spare time since I was 8 years old. Is just after school, after work, whatever, go home and make stuff, write stuff, try and get stuff going. And the animations are the only real thing that's actually taken off for me. And it was purely like everything I'd sort of tried to learn over the years of like, how do I script, how do I make stuff, how do I work with all of this stuff just sort of distilled into this thing that I can just go home and draw on my own and furiously put in as many hours as I want and come out with just something that I find entertaining.
For, they're in some ways they are very short, quite throwaway little silly animations. But actually, it is that building of experience, that building of. There's so much that goes into getting there. Do you know what I mean?
You should see me like on a night before recording the animation, agonising over like, well, the ending shouldn't be this, it should be, and the endings are stupid, and all of them are dumb. But it's like I'm really agonising over the structure and the wording and the dialogue, and like
I don't
really
think people quite understand how much time Tom Bates spends doing these animations as well. Like you are committing like 10, 20 hours a week.
It's 20 to 30 hours a week on top of the job. Like
it's mental.
Yeah, like really. I'm crazy.
He's losing his mind a little bit.
How did it feel when it like the first one went viral? Like the first one that like really popped off?
It was unbelievable. I think it's actually working here made it more real because I imagine if you just worked a random 9 to 5,
if you were down at fucking I don't know some estate agents, and just suddenly you've been drawing in your spare time,
like I've been around people, and technically YouTube has been paying my bills for 10 years, and I'm around people who make a living, and we've got Fourth Floor here, like they work with other people who
the
like,
number 1 million isn't such a shocking number.
Exactly, like it's still very, very gratifying,
super fucking cool,
and it was still like, oh my god, this is happening, but it wasn't so bizarre that I'm like, or at least it equiped me with the tools I needed to. Okay, well, I know I need to do this, this, and this. I've been running YouTube channels for a long time, so I know what I want to do. You're
not going to lose your mind.
And it was. I didn't feel. I guess the difference is I didn't feel overwhelmed by it. It was incredible and amazing, and still is. Like I still am just amazed that it still gets views and stuff, and it is the most incredible thing that's ever happened.
It's a really strong community as well. The engage. I read through the comments a lot on it. And, like you've posted a lot of fan art to your Instagram. It's really fun how tight knit that love for that little passion project really is.
I saw a few people got some tattoos of Nigel.
A lot of people got tattoos.
That is crazy. Like I've seen working in Yogscast events. I've seen a fair share of Yogscast tattoos. There are a lot out there. But how many people tattooed things that you've drawn is still. I have a couple of blurb ones. I still think it's mental.
Yeah,
like
it's the fact that it was something that I just doodled on a page a few years ago and turned into animation is now stuck on someone's body. It's incredible. It's amazing.
So cool.
It is. There's a lot of weight now to be like, don't fuck up,
don't kill them off.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really
cool.
good. Very exciting, very amazing, and thank you for anyone who's watched and liked and done that. It's amazing.
You should check out Nigel Marmalade. It's amazing.
And go support Tom on Patreon as well. He works very hard. He deserves it.
And the hoodies are very soft, and you should buy them.
Hello, 0 Degrees. I have a quick and stupid query. What is proper etiquette when my friends send me memes? Since on Instagram you can see if someone has liked or reacted to something you've sent, I feel a little sleazy not liking or reacting to memes that my friends send me that I just don't find are funny. Am I an asshole for doing this? Or am I justified for simply being honest that some things they send me are just not funny or interesting at all? What do you guys do if someone sends you a fucking meme that you just don't think is funny?
I, out of respect, a little heart. You know,
Oh, really?
The pity
Okay.
heart.
I give the pity heart. I don't think it's funny. Like, if it comes from like my mum or my dad, I'm like, okay, you know what I mean. But like,
Yeah.
but I'm sitting like that's terrible. But if it's like someone who I'm like, you should know better. That this is not funny. I'm just still, they still get the pity heart from me.
Well, that's very generous of
Yeah.
you. Like, no matter what. I think for me, it's bringing up feelings of I am so bad at responding to messages full stop.
Yeah.
That like I have people left for potentially years where I'm like, oh no.
I'll give them their heart eventually.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, like I think I feel a lot of pressure when I get a message anyway,
Yeah.
especially if it's like something you have to think about, like think of a response or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I'll be like, cool, I'll tackle that later, and then a day goes by, and
It's like, it's a day. Just think I might have missed it. It's
exactly,
fine.
and then a week goes by, and I'm like, oh, it's a bit long now. I
Yeah.
should reply. I haven't made. Oh god, it's 2 weeks. Oh, it's a month, and then suddenly it's too long to reply.
Yeah.
And then it's fine until you need to send them a message.
And then you're confronted.
oh my
with it.
God, yeah.
by,
Yeah.
by that
Sucks.
fucking stupid that you read their message.
Yes.
If they just lied, I
Yeah.
wish I could just turn that off. That I don't get red
Yeah.
receipts.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't give red receipts.
Yeah.
I have that as well. I have 2 WhatsApp chats that I have not clicked the notification for, and it's been too long now.
This is it. Yeah.
But they've seen that I've been online, and I'm just like, I can't do it.
It should just be more socially acceptable to
Yeah.
not have to reply.
This is,
Yeah.
I think I sort of have curated a personality of,
Yeah.
oh, Tom is not good at replying.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
expect it. Because, like, the family group WhatsApp is just...
I
can't.
don't know about you guys. I've always hated group chats. Like, I'm in several group chats. Like, the nature of what we do, there's tons
Yeah.
of group chats.
Yeah.
I fucking hate group
Overwhelming.
chats.
Yeah, I find it
Like,
a bit annoying.
yeah.
I find a lot of like instant messaging pretty frustrating, which is weird considering we're like online people. We
Yeah,
do a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
online
Yeah.
things, but I feel like I'd rather always just talk about things in person than
Yes.
Yeah,
go.
I like
yeah.
that as
Like
well.
like I feel like people sometimes just keep group chats alive for the sake of keeping it alive, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you're posting nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
just
Yeah.
Stop giving me notifications
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh god, it's,
Yeah,
it's
it's
someone
homework.
dead.
I've got,
like,
it feels like homework. I need
I'm
to
still
follow
like
up
of
on.
the mindset of like I gotta get called off my mum.
Yes.
So, my dad's died. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, just
exactly,
like
yeah.
something, the worst thing in the world has happened.
Yeah, I mean, I found it so crazy when you phoned me for MCC. I was
Yeah.
at dinner with my parents. I'm like, Harry's phoning me. I am cancelled or something.
Drop everything.
Like, I'm gonna get kicked out of the network. They found my David Attenborough porn collection. Like, I am done for.
I'm surprised you picked up because
Yeah.
I don't answer. I don't.
Yeah.
If people call me, I don't answer my phone.
Yeah.
No, no.
I will. I will let it ring, and then
Yeah.
I'll send a message like, "What do you want?"
Right, yeah.
Like we're not. I don't do phone calls.
That's the way it goes these days. Like, you
We're not a
text
phone call
before you phone.
generation.
No.
No.
You warn if you're going to phone someone.
Yeah.
I mean, even if my family were to call me, it's like, oh, fuck,
I would be like, it's a
an
disaster.
emergency.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my god, someone's dead or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quite cute. My dad sends me memes, but he emails them to me.
Oh, that is,
And he sends
that is cute.
and he sends them as like the URL is the title of the email.
Oh.
So I always will respond to those,
That's
but that's
nice.
just
Yeah.
like have a funny dad love. Harry.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. It's like the closeness or the sweetness, or like if you're someone who, if for example, okay, this would be the worst situation. They send you one,
Yeah.
you don't reply, and then they keep sending it, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, I'm in too deep now.
Yeah.
And
God.
you've made it awkward, even if you reply to one.
Okay, but is it
Opening
what?
up.
It's even worse if you reply, "Haha, that's really funny." You're engaging them to do more.
Yeah, I love this. Keep going.
You know, good dog.
Yeah.
Keep bringing
Yeah.
me shit
Yeah.
TikToks.
Yeah.
Like,
I like sharing them and stuff like that, you know, but I need to be in the mood for it. Like, if you load up a fucking DM and there's 79 reels to go through, I'm just
Oh my
like,
God.
I'm like, fuck, no.
It's also, do you then feel obliged to reciprocate and,
Yeah.
and do it yourself? Because if they're the ones only sending, does it feel like, oh, I'm offending them because I'm
Yeah.
not doing
I
the
only
same
do it
back?
if I see something that makes me think of those people, you know what I mean?
Yes, that makes
But it's
sense.
such a big thing now. Like the people, like the whole like tag a comment of your mate or
Yeah.
thing is like on TikTok is insane.
It's a huge
Well,
thing,
that's
yeah.
just to
Instagram
drive
is-
engagement, though. It's like, you
But
know.
like people love doing it. I watch my
Yeah.
partner do it with their friends, and they're just like backwards and forwards. They're constantly sending each other.
Yeah.
You're not even really watching
No,
the things
no,
that they're
yeah,
sending.
yeah.
You're just like avidly
Yeah,
sharing. And it's mental.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I feel like just for me, interacting through messages has like a weight of social pressure to it,
Yeah.
where it's like, if I'm just not equipped mentally to deal with a constant influx of messages.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm very good. I'm fine if it's like, cool, we chat like with my family. We have a chat for an hour on a Sunday. and that's
Yeah,
sorted.
and then you can fuck off.
And that's exactly what I say at the end of every conversation.
Yeah. I hate you.
Getting down to the nitty gritty of it, then you are like, I'm not hitting heart on any of your TikToks you're sending me. I'm not liking that message.
I aspire to be that person.
I think the
But I do not do it.
I think writing out a fucking message is crazy. It's a crazy idea to write out a message, but the reaction stuff has saved. I think
the reaction is great because I have done it before, where it's like, what do you say? Haha, yeah, that's so me.
Haha, that's a great
Oh,
dog.
that-
that
yeah.
dog's doing a crazy flip.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I also don't know anymore. Like, is ha 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 good, or are you supposed to do crying?
I
face
still
emoji,
do-
I think
crying,
I still do
laughing?
ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
I also will type like fucking lamau.
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
maybe, or something like that.
So lol is like lol. It's like kind
I
of
guess
like
the-
sarcastic.
The trouble is we don't have someone here, right,
Yeah.
who's coming to the perspective of constantly sending these memes. I don't
Yes.
know what type of person you need to be.
No.
Like, what kind of brain-breaking fucking brain do you need to think that, like, I don't think that that's okay to harass your friends with constant memes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like I see enough shite on the internet, on Twitter, on Reddit, on Instagram, on TikTok. I don't need more of the bad shite
Yes.
to be constantly sent to me.
I only do it to people that send them to me. If they send them to me, I'm like, cool, you want memes? I'm going to send you some memes if I think of you.
Yeah.
You've set the playing field.
Yeah.
I'll
You
play
set
in
the
your-
playing field.
I'll play in your
I'll
part.
back to you.
Yes,
you know what I
yes,
mean?
exactly.
And it's not that
yeah.
we don't want like recommendations, right? Like I love sharing movie ideas or documentaries or YouTube videos, like sharing things that are worthwhile.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a 10-second brain rotting, time wasting
Well, it's also my
Like-
recommendations for movies.
girl trips on fork.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
brilliant.
get if I'm recommending a movie to you, I'll recommend it, but I don't necessarily think you're going to watch it.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I'm okay with you never
Yeah.
talking about it again.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share this movie I saw. You should check it out, but you know.
And that's it. So because the thing is, there's an expectation. Oh, it's just 20 seconds long.
20
You might as well
seconds,
watch it.
yeah.
We're not friends.
I have 50 people messaging me memes. How do I keep up with my memes? Like, yeah, I just can't.
Do we
yeah.
need to develop a new app and a way of sharing it where you can recommend to your friend funny ones, but they're not? It's just the social expectation is not there to watch it.
Or you have like an app which is like you have a certain quota of memes that you're allowed to be sent to you. So it's like I
wow.
will accept 10 memes this week
Yeah.
or a day or whatever.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
can
yeah,
take
yeah.
a lot, you can add a lot, and then you just get a response which is this person has reached their limit of memes.
That suddenly becomes amazing. If I can set my quota at like I can hit one per friend,
Yes.
one
Yeah, yeah,
recommendation
Oh, yeah,
per day.
set a daily limit of how many memes can be sent. to
yeah.
you.
yeah, Or it's like this person's VIP all access pass.
Yeah, yeah.
This person is terrible. They have 0, but they'll still get the same message, which is sorry they hit their quota.
We
but
should cut this because this is genius.
This is actually genius.
You're gonna have to beep all of this conversation.
Yes. But if that person is like
Patent pending.
yes, thank you. That if they're like the person where you're like, I like getting memes, but not from this person because we don't have the same sense of humor.
That-
Oh, but then that
that's for
creates-
drama.
that
That's
creates
what.
social drama. 'Cause then you're
You're like, Tom,
"Oh,
why
I
won't?
noticed you have turned off memes.
No,
from
but
me."
the notification you get doesn't say that. Notification says you've reached your quota.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like, you reach your quota, and
I
you're
know,
like,
but-
oh, I can never send you a meme. Oh,
You'll
just get
have
them
you'll
all
have
the time.
partners going through like their phone
my
while their
God,
partners
you've
are
got me
sleeping.
blocked.
You've got me on one quota a day, while Stevie's on
Your
15.
VIP. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Your phone's dinging all the time.
yeah.
Oh, you love
Yeah.
Stevie's memes. Yes, nightmare.
Yeah,
I feel like just the react, no reply is fine, and if they start spamming you, react to less and less.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's probably going to build a weird idea of what they think is funny, but
We
just
also-
don't watch them. Just
we're
react.
Also, I think we've briefly talked about this in the podcast before. There's the weird nuance of reactions where like the passive aggressive thumbs up is a thing.
I'm
So
a
Well, this
thumb,
is it.
I'm a thumbs up believer.
You're a thumbs
Come
up
on,
boy.
yeah.
You are a thumbs up boy.
This is why I'm afraid of reactions because
Yeah.
there's so many loaded meanings to it that I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
So like, there was a thing that came out, wasn't it, where it was thumbs up,
well,
are
Gen
passive
Z
aggressive for
think
Gen Z.
think it's thumbs.
Yeah.
it's fu-
But it's like,
Yeah.
is okay?
It's okay. Yeah, simple.
Is
okay,
that like, it,
I started
nice.
using that instead. I started using like the Italian like pinch, like
I do
yeah.
like the pinchy.
because I'm just
Pinch
like
is
I'm like
nice.
it does. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Good. Like
But there's just too many connotations to all this stuff
Yeah.
that we don't understand. But
Yeah.
then again, I think we're getting to the point where if someone
just post a laughing eyes rolling emoji.
Yeah.
You
is
know,
that okay? Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, there you go. Just
There we
hit
go.
him the little heart. Dear 0 Degrees, I put my underwear on inside out this morning. I am now at work and all I can think about is how my underwear is on wrong. It's 9:15 a.m. Do I wait until lunch? Do I go to the washroom early and fix it? I was just there but left without fixing it because I didn't want to get naked in a stall. It makes no difference. but I can't stop thinking about how it's backwards. Please help. Unlucky underwearer.
Do they mean backwards as in back to front, like they've got the
Yeah, I'm trying to
penis
think.
pouch on the ass,
Yeah.
or just inside out? Because I wore
Yeah.
mine inside out the other day accidentally.
Inside out, I feel like wouldn't be as bad as back
No.
to front.
If suddenly, and I guess it's like, do you have a cock and balls that's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
being crushed
yeah.
or pushed in
But
by
also,
the...
like, you have
Yeah.
more space for the ass cheeks. 'Cause
Yeah.
if it's back to front, then you've got big flabby bits at the front.
Oh, is that how pants work?
Yeah, they're slightly more
Yeah,
shaped
you're
to
right.
allow for
Actually,
more bum.
Yeah.
Because inside out with them not be a problem, but back to front would be a real big problem.
That would be actually tighter on your cheek.
I'm also
Yeah.
like, is it inside out? You know, are they
Inside out and back to front.
inside out and back to front? You know,
my
what?
God.
If,
You
what
said
if
the
that's going
penis
on?
pouch, and you raised a really good question in my brain. Why does anyone ever use the penis pouch? The penis pouch to me is one of the most
Well,
You
redundant
mean as in like
inventions.
the folding pull apart
So
thing?
We'll
So-
clarify for listeners who are not wearing men's boxer
Yes.
briefs.
Yeah.
There's on a specific type of boxers. There's a weird kind of. It's almost like a hidden turnstile
like-
that
It is,
your
yeah.
penis
You just,
hides
like-
behind.
You know, you can
Yeah,
part
yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's like
Part
a.
it.
It's like
It's
a.
overlapped.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
door without a lock.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's like
Yeah.
a cloaca. Like a,
Yeah.
So there's a passage that, if chosen, your penis can traverse through.
Uh-huh.
But it's kind
Yeah.
of like
But
a
it's like-
winding
it's like a
Are you
zigzag.
saying that some people like rest their balls in there?
No.
No.
I'm saying when you go for a piss, who is the effort
Going
required
through?
to go through the penis
Yeah.
passage?
Who is doing that? Because you're suddenly like squatted
I
down,
don't.
reaching
But like,
in.
it's also like fucking. They've got two bits of fabric that are pushing against my penis now.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like
Stopping
slicing.
blood flow.
Honestly,
stopping
dangerous.
pee flow.
Yeah.
Other
It's-
flows.
It's like putting your finger over the end of a hose. It's
Yeah,
just like
I-
spraying.
I
I have never used it in my life.
no.
Yeah, I'm boxers, man. Like, I have
Really?
the button.
Oh, you're a traditional boxer.
I'm a traditional
That
boxer.
is so much
I just
time
have the
wasted.
button.
Years of your life
No, but I
doing
don't-
undoing
but-
that.
Yeah,
button.
no, but I don't undo the button. I'm an over the fence.
Yeah,
type of
I'm
guy.
over
like
the
no
fence.
matter what you wear,
I'm
no
a-
matter what device has been made, we're all over the top people.
Yeah.
I'm over the top.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around with that button. That
No.
button's just there.
I feel like it's serial killer vibes. If your penis
Yeah.
is going through the penis passage and out of the zips with the button on
Yeah.
your trousers done up,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's insane.
That is
And
crazy.
I feel like if
no
you're
one pisses that way.
Nobody.
And if you're at a public urinal and you're there like fiddling with a button, if you're like just
That looks
standing there
sus.
like trying to figure it out
know
or
what,
looking
though?
down or
Yeah, if
you know.
if motherfucker's looking down and
Yeah.
he's jiggling,
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
something's
moving
wrong.
away,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
running.
yeah.
I've always wanted to do the fully drop trow.
The drop track is crazy.
Like,
Oh,
crazy.
the schoolboy.
Schoolboy special.
Down to your ankles, lift your shirt.
Yeah, that's how you do
I'm
it.
Pissing.
At my school, at my primary school,
Yeah.
it used to be you would walk past the boys' toilet, and for some reason, the urinal
yeah.
trough was right there in front of the door.
That's
Wow, that's
fucking
mad.
wild.
They eventually built a shield when they realised, oh yeah, there's the little boys' asses just like.
asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This was, I was what 6, 5. you know, you don't give a shit.
I don't
You
think I ever
about
did
it.
that. I think
Yeah.
even as a kid, I was like, that is weird.
Yeah, really.
Like, that is crazy.
You were just there with your cap on at the back.
I was like,
what are you
"Hey,
doing?"
fucked
Like,
up little
yeah.
kids. I've never used the penis patch. I think it's a most
So
redundant
you
thing
guys
ever.
are boxer briefers then?
Yeah,
Sort of like a
yeah.
trunk.
Yeah, like a trunk.
I
yeah.
have been considering switching to a looser brief. Not brief, boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you recommend?
Like, I am not going to mention the brand that I wear because they won't sponsor us. And not the
Oh yeah.
Is it-
I'm
Yeah.
a ride or die with a company. They have the comfiest shit, but until they pay me,
Fair.
they are the comfiest fucking things in the world. I will recommend them to you.
Okay, off
Uh-huh.
camera.
Off camera.
I think
Yeah.
I always worry. I quite like it.
They
you know,
sponsor a lot
on
of
a, on a
podcasts.
day like
Yes,
today.
okay, I think
on a day like
I think I
today,
know what
that's
you're talking
-2 outside or
Yeah.
something. I feel like a boxer is very airy, and I don't feel like I need aeration on a day like today. I need fucking warmth. I need to just be like hugged back in. You know what I
no,
mean?
these boxers like are huggy. They like hug.
I
the
so want you
teeth.
to stand up and just show us, but
know,
it's fine. I'm going to have to use the imagination.
I can give you a little flash.
Oh, okay, yeah, they are
Yeah,
like
can you-
they're
yeah.
they're elasticated
flash me,
fabric.
please?
I'm thinking of a
Elasticated
very
fabric.
like
You can get a little flash.
when I think of a boxer, I think of a
That's
very
nice,
like
they're
cotton
nice.
cotton boxer. You're wearing far more elasticated boxers.
Because I was going to say that's been my experience where I've tried in the past to switch to a more traditional boxer, and there's no stretch, and
Yeah.
it's quite uncomfortable. Because if you twist
These
the
are-
wrong
these
way,
are
if it
so-
twists, you're suddenly getting
Oh,
like fucking balls getting garroted. Like
These are so stretchy.
not
They're
good.
so comfy. It feels like my balls are like in heaven.
so I have quite like my thighs have always been substantial thighs, and so I've always for if I
most
like
humble statement ever.
and it's like there's a lot of like cutting in that can happen, especially with the
Yeah.
trunk, which is what I'm trying to deal with because I never fit the size that I might normally wear, so I get a size up, but then it's a bit looser and a bit like
I just feel
you
like
know.
trunks have never done me dirty.
Right, okay.
They only confuse me with the penis passage.
What ones? Are
Yeah, yeah.
Trunks are the ones that don't they have trunks have a button as well?
No,
No,
they
they-
can. I think they can.
They
Yeah.
can, but it's more common for them to have the penis passage.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of them just don't have stopped putting in the penis pouch.
I just feel like it's a waste.
It is a waste. Yeah, there's no point. It's just like more fabric.
It's
that
literally
happens to
just like
spend.
a hand's worth of more fabric.
but
not needed.
it's basically a
feel like
skin-tight boxer with-
it creates like a weird because it's two like flaps of fabric that is
yeah,
like,
precisely. It's useless.
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
every
it
every
is,
pair that
yeah.
I've worn, it's like that.
No, it's not good.
But yeah, they're the boxes which are skin tight on your legs, and then they have a pouch for your cotton balls.
Now, if
Yeah.
we were to wear these boxes back to front,
Yeah,
I mean, I would question whether I even notice.
I'm wearing a pair now. I'm wondering whether to go to the bathroom and try.
Okay, here
Do we switch your route?
here's like the website
Okay.
that I use, right? And
Your
it's
website.
got all the different types of like
Though
ones.
these are the official types.
These
Okay,
are,
so
these
I,
are like types, yeah.
I mean, I wish I could upgrade to a brief. A brief is a fucking
brief is
real
power
man.
move.
That is a real
Yeah.
man's type of
The
underwear.
brief is real man's underwear, but it's also like I'm an alcoholic who shit my pants.
Yeah, it is like big, like you
Yeah.
know, it's big Trevor from GTA vibes. Is
Yeah, yeah,
all I
yeah.
can ever think of.
Yeah.
There's two there. One is the boxer brief, and one is the boxer brief with a caddy. But they're the same.
Yeah,
picture.
the caddy's the ball caddy.
But don't they
right?
all have a ball caddy? Are they just flat at the front?
Yeah,
if
what
they
are
don't
they?
have a ball?
Yeah,
soft sling in the pouch for extra support down there. So I guess that's for
how
people who are
fucking
putting their
draggy are
balls
your
in there.
balls?
Well, your balls go in there.
Yeah,
Do you-
I think
a
that's
pouch?
I think that's
They're
what the
all in the pouch,
suggestion
right?
is.
But it's all in the
Yeah.
boxer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they
Yeah.
say a specific bag.
I
for
think
the
So there's
balls.
one which is like just a penis pouch, and then the balls
Yeah.
hang underneath, so you just have a really long
There's a
pouch.
long.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
It's like a
just I'm a
sheath.
traditional boxer, man. I'm a traditional boxer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I wanna become that, and then
Yeah.
eventually I'll get to brief when I'm
Brief
I'll
is
get to
such-
brief when I'm
it's
older.
hard. It's
I
hard.
can't picture briefs ever being comfortable. Like
If you've got, I reckon if you've got long balls
Yeah.
that you could sit on,
yeah.
as happens when you're an older man,
Keeping
Yeah.
them.
keeping them
real in
contained
there. Yeah,
and
I got-
no danger of squashing them under your ass cheeks.
I got some fucking saggy sack.
Do you? Is that
Yeah.
a thing?
yeah, I mean,
Maybe you should try
Okay.
it.
yeah.
Give
well,
the brief
go
a go.
brief mode. I don't know. I just feel like they'd all be contained.
I feel
That's
like
the idea. It's supposed to be like a bra for your balls.
No, I like
feel like
I
it's
like the
the-
boys having a bit of room.
like the feeling
Yeah.
of the
God.
pendulum,
yeah.
like the swinging.
But I feel like that's where you get problems when they start swinging around. That's where
Yeah.
you know they get garroted by some fabric or something. It's
oh,
not
you
good.
ride a
to your
bike,
leg.
and
Yeah,
yeah, something happens.
If they're not moving around too much, then it's like they're safe. I know where they are. I'm not going to sit on them. I'm not going to
Yeah.
crush them. I'm not going
This
to
is
walk.
it,
You know,
yeah.
that walking rub you sometimes get.
oh, you don't want. That.
Oh
You
god,
don't
the
want that.
walking rub. No,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry. So the question.
What was the question? Yeah. Oh, the backwards one. So I
Yeah.
feel like the pouch on the butt is kind of like it's almost like
a
ready
bit
for
weird.
it's ready for a poo to be.
It's ready
popped
to.
into
It's,
it.
like a fucking wicket.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Cricket,
it's just like a little poo pouch on the
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
which does seem weird. If you pulled your trousers down and you had like a little sack hanging from your asshole,
Yeah.
you would feel like there's something
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
And it would be, I guess, baggy at the front, like you said.
Yes, which would be weird. I'm sure
Yeah.
it would be uncomfortable.
I feel like more the problem is the psychological aspect here more than
Yeah.
anything. I don't think they're necessarily uncomfortable. I think it's that thing where you're like, oh, I can't get it out of my head that
Yeah, people know.
and people.
People know
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm a dirty backwards underwear wearer,
Yeah.
and they can tell. They can. I'm
They
walking.
can just- they can
I'm
just
walking
know.
differently. I
Yeah,
feel it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
walking differently.
I'm walking like I've got an ass patch.
I'm walking like I've got a big ass patch and I'm ready to shit in it.
So they said that it's like 9:15 in the morning. I feel like I would just go in and change. I would just like drop
Nah.
out, just fucking.
No,
swap
I'd be a
them around.
naughty little boy all day.
You've
You
been
just wanna
naughty.
feel
little-
naughty. You'd love it.
You'd
You'd love it.
I'm
getting
I'm
away
doing it
with
right
something.
now. I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
away
yeah,
with
yeah.
it. No one knows
Yeah,
about
yeah.
my ass pouch.
I think that's
Yeah.
it. Embrace the naughtiness of
Yeah,
it. You're
yeah.
getting away with something right now that no one else knows.
Also, I just feel like from this question, I just instantly took that they were American because they used the word bathroom stool,
oh, interesting.
and American bathrooms are not safe. They
Yes.
are
Oh,
not,
they're not.
safe.
Gaffy.
for-
You are so
for
right.
anybody.
The gaps.
Yeah,
the gaps in the
are
American
nuts,
bathroom,
man.
that is not a cubicle that I would ever
Yeah.
get naked.
Does the
in.
American
No.
audience know that that's not normal?
Yes,
That-
we've ranted.
You've
I've
talked about
ranted
this.
about this
Okay,
maybe
good.
seven. It's my regular rant.
So I went to America recently.
Yeah.
How can anyone have a shit? I went to a urinal that was quite a confined one.
Yeah.
And it was like one urinal and one toilet. I start pissing in the urinal and I look right and there is someone on the toilet like
You can just
inches
see
away. I'm
his
just looking
fucking
at them
face.
and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
they don't give a shit.
crazy.
And it's like, oh fuck, I didn't
But
mean
it's like there's holes at every point. There's gaps between the door and the
Yeah.
hinges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and then there's gaps at the top of the. You can
Yeah.
just. It's just might as well not have
It's
a fucking-
insane. And I feel like we have the same, but they just build a shield over it.
But you just
put
you could just
put a
put
little
floor to
shield.
ceiling.
You could put a 2x4 of wood
Yeah.
just to cover the gap if you needed to. But
Exactly.
yeah, floor to ceiling is the premium.
So do you know why? There's a reason why American bathrooms are designed like
Tell
that.
me.
It's to make them uncomfortable experiences so people don't waste time pooping at
You're
work.
kidding me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
why.
that's
That's why.
brutalism.
Which is a fucked up.
That is
like
yeah,
to
that
make
is
it
bad.
not a safe place.
Don't enjoy this thing
Don't
that has to
enjoy-
happen. It's a natural thing that happens to everyone. don't enjoy it.
No, and make it fucking quick. Get out.
Yeah, squeeze hard.
Squeeze hard.
Get it done.
I mean, that also is bad for you.
Yeah, of course it is.
Talk
Yeah.
about hernias, you know.
You don't want to
Yep,
be squeezing
yep,
I
hard.
don't want a hernia. That's a big hernia.
Nope.
Big hernia.
So we're gone
Had
now? We haven't checked in on the hernia in a
No.
long time.
You know what? I had a little bum thing, and it's pretty much gone.
Is it gone?
It's like,
Okay,
it's
good.
like pretty flat. You still tell there's a little something there.
Is it
But
hernia or hemorrhoids?
hemorrhoid.
Oh, hernia,
hemorrhoid,
sorry, yeah.
hemorrhoid. Yeah.
If only you had an ass pouch for that.
I thought I had
would
an
have
aspect
accommodated.
for
Yeah,
it,
well,
but
catch it,
it's like
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much gone now. I'm having no issues with it.
Did that company do not a hemorrhoid caddy? Just like a tiny little
Tiny
pouch on
little
the back.
one. That would be nice.
Support.
You can
Yeah.
get like a little like golf hole. And you play like,
Yeah.
hemorrhoid golf with it. So yeah, American bathrooms are not a safe place to get naked in.
Horrific. Not a safe place to do anything.
No, no.
It's so scary. Like, what I will say is their urinals are chunky.
Yeah,
Like, they're
right.
big, they're
Oh, they're
wide. You've got,
huge.
there's like usually
How
barriers.
did you find the
which
high water line in the
The high
toilets?
water line's mad.
is so strange.
So weird.
strange.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Also, it feels like a waste of water.
It does.
massive waste of water. I don't know if like at least the toilet that I remember looking at had a different way of flushing where it feels like our water comes from the top and goes down.
Yes.
Theirs almost sucked from the bottom, at
Yes.
least the one that I saw.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
guess there's maybe I wonder if there's less room for spattering. Because I
Maybe.
feel like if people like have heard that thing where it's like, oh, if you flush the loo with the lid up, it just sprays poo everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry, wait,
didn't know that.
I know this movie, but you're gonna have to recontextualize it a little bit because it doesn't just literally spray.
Okay.
It does, but it
well,
doesn't.
it kind of does. Like, this is something that ever since I heard this, I now flush with the lid down because it's
Yeah.
disgusting. If you flush with the lid up, when the
Oh,
water goes
yes,
in,
yes.
water is ejected. Like if you've
Yeah.
ever
Poo
when
particles.
poo
It's
like a
particles,
mist.
sure, yeah. Like the
Yeah.
water from the toilet goes into the
Yeah,
air a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. Like if you sit on the toilet and flush it, you'll
Yeah.
feel it all on the back of your legs, like water coming up.
I thought you meant like lifting the cistern lid off and hitting it. No, it was like a
Oh my god, no, no, no.
Hitting it raw, hitting that raw dog
Yeah.
toilet.
No,
I take the cistern off and let it watch the mechanical process
What,
go.
there's a word for that though when you shit in the cistern. What's it
yeah.
called?
it's- oh, someone said it. It's not a double decker, is it?
It's double
Is it a
decker.
double
I think it's
decker?
double
Yeah,
decker. That's so funny.
But yeah, shitting in the cistern. But that's not what I'm talking about. Not saying that.
Shitting in the cistern is so hilarious.
I'm talking about the invisible poo mist that happens
yeah, the
every time
poo,
you
the
flush.
poo mist.
Yeah, so put the lid down, everyone. Make sure.
I mean, you should also put it on. It's courtesy.
It's courtesy,
Come
yeah,
on,
you're
men.
right. Yeah.
Come on now, ladies.
But what I'm saying is that I wonder when water floods in like a waterfall from the top, there's more churning
Yeah.
and more spray. From the bottom, it's more of a gentle.
But then again, their water line is so much higher. If there is any poo particles,
Oh, yeah.
then the chance of them being caught in the bowl
Hit the
and
ceiling.
zero. It's straight into the mouth, in the eyes.
yeah, you're right.
I
yeah,
did notice
yeah,
in America though, there's a very satisfying plop because of all the
True.
water.
yeah, that is. I was trying to look out for that. Because
I
I'm
was trying to
like,
identify whether you got more splashback or less.
Well, does anyone make a poo pillow here?
A poo pillow.
Poo pillow.
You just put a
Wait,
little bit
you-
of toilet paper down, just like a
You're
square.
you're putting it to
You
bed.
put like a suppressor on it.
Yeah, it's impressive for the poo. Especially if it's like if you're in a place where you don't want to be heard, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Maybe just put a
Or in
little
an
bit of
American
paper-
toilet
or
where
an
everyone
American
can
toilet.
see that you're
Well,
in there.
yeah. The thing is, a poo pillow doesn't work in an American toilet.
No.
In a UK toilet, you know, the water's right at the bottom, so the toilet paper rests slightly above the
Yeah,
water,
yeah.
maybe touching it a little bit. A poo pillow in America is just you're layering a whole roll on top of the water.
Yeah,
It just doesn't work.
It's very economically damaging.
But it is like espresso. It's like a pillow. The poo hits the paper and then catches it and goes into the water.
do you reckon
it
you get
stops
less
the
poo
splash.
particles as well? Because then it's all wrapped in tissue paper.
Oh, maybe.
Well, all the poo particles when you're sitting on the toilet are spraying on your ass, gooch, and balls. So I don't think you have to worry too much.
I wish Jonas is where they're meant to be.
Which is where they belong.
Who am I to
Yes.
argue that poo should not live there?
Yeah, exactly.
It's my favourite place.
So I don't think you have to worry about the poo particles when you're sitting on the toilet because
No.
you're a major blockage over the hole.
And also, it's my.
flushing.
The thing is, it's my poo.
You don't mind your poo on you?
No, it's
Exactly,
weird.
it's
I
your
kind of
own
think
poo.
it's not that. I did read recently. Actually, it's not so bad. to
Really?
eat your own poo.
Is this your own sort of
If-
colony
if
of
you-
What?
bacteria?
Yeah, it's like if you're
Is
gonna
this
eat
just
any.
like the piss people though? That I drink my
No,
own
no,
piss
no, no.
every
If you're
day?
gonna eat poo,
Yeah.
eat your own poo.
Oh,
It's basically
okay.
like
Right.
the rule.
If you have to eat poo,
Yeah,
make it yours.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like because it's fine. It's not fine. Don't eat your own poo. But like of all of the poo to eat, it's finer to eat your own poo.
Yeah, well, I guess it's
Yeah.
bacteria that is already in you.
it's already in you. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna get any weird pathogens.
It probably
out.
shouldn't be in your stomach.
I mean, it's just like it's not nutritionally valuable.
No.
You know, there's nothing in it that your
feel
body's already got what it
yeah,
can get out
right,
of it.
right, right,
You know,
right.
apart from
I
sweet
feel
corn, and that
really
motherfucker
grim.
can go round for round two.
Oh my god, that motherfucker! You got to get him back in there. Got to digest
Yeah,
him.
you got to
Not winning.
This damn sweet corn. I'm on round 7.
I will digest you.
I've been carrying this sweet corn with me for 7 years.
Oh,
It's like a sourdough starter.
yeah, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
You just want a little bit of your corn. Get used to my bacteria.
Oh my god. So backwards underwear. Yeah, I just feel like you got to ride with it. There's no way I'm
Own
going
it.
into
Always
the American
own
store.
it in any situation. If it's not hurting anyone,
Yeah.
own it. And I think, it's just your thing now.
Can you take your underwear off without taking your trousers off though? I feel like there's like a Mr. Bean sketch where he does that.
If you were to, if it's stretchy,
No, because you can't take your legs through, like, because of the crotch.
if they were
can't-
super elasticated, you could get it down and through your leg and under your foot.
If it was super elasticated,
Yeah,
but that
yeah.
needs to be like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you think it's weirder to go to work wearing backwards underwear or going to work commando?
commando, 100% commando.
You think so?
Yeah, backwards underwear is an honest
But
mistake.
commando is like, I feel like it's like a brief. It's like a statement.
But
now a
I'm one
man.
layer closer to your genitals. Like I need that 2-layer gap.
Are you thinking about that?
Yeah,
a lot?
I'm thinking
You
about
walk up to me like,
Yeah.
2 layers.
It's like I brush by. Oh, excuse me, just slipping by
Yeah,
the kitchen.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling that second
that
layer.
second layer.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that
going on
safety
there?
second layer.
Yeah, I'm too close.
I'm
That's
too
it. I need
close, yeah.
I need my 2 layers and your 2
Yeah.
layers between genitals and bumhole. Like,
and through the poo particles.
and the poop particles. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
I don't want that
Because you're
getting anywhere.
smothered in them.
That's true.
But
The
then
particles are going straight onto the jeans then.
Yeah, right.
And you know, yeah, sometimes, you know, in the urinal, you might shake off and maybe have one last drop that ends up in the boxers if
True.
you haven't, you know.
Yeah.
It's that last
It's
drop
hard.
Oh, yeah,
capture.
you're
It's
taking
hard.
away.
Women
Yeah.
don't get this.
Yeah.
It's
No.
fucking. You
Yeah.
know, my partner mocks me a lot for it.
Yeah.
The little, occasionally there's a
pee
little
dot.
jippy.
Little drop.
Occasionally a little jippy. It didn't fucking hurt anybody.
No, no, no. But I think the boxers, if anything, they're there to catch the little drippy.
Yeah, that's
Like-
really what they are.
Yeah, because otherwise
Yeah.
it's just going straight into your jeans.
Is
or
that
your
why they have the
trousers.
pee passage? There's more fabric there to catch the pee drop.
Oh my god,
We
baby.
have just solved it. That is what it is.
Yeah.
It's more absorbent. It's not supposed to be for your dick. It's supposed to be for
It's
the
like
pee.
a- It's like a pad.
Me on a Sunday morning trying to figure it out. Yeah, they're like, this fucking
Oh my
guy's
God,
a
maybe-
moron.
yeah.
Maybe you can like like a filter, make a little
Yeah.
get a bit of toilet paper, slide that in the little pouch.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
elevating
Like
it.
a fucking
Yeah.
male tampon.
Yeah, yeah,
Male
yeah.
tampon,
A pee
yeah.
pot.
Like a fucking pee pad. I need my
Yeah.
pee. I put my pee pad in.
Yeah,
it's very
yeah, yeah.
normal.
Don't worry, yeah,
Go on,
I
let's
change
we're
it out
normali-
every day, yeah.
We're
There's a
normalising
pee
sanitary
pad
products.
there.
We're normalising my pee products.
Honestly, I love this. This is
It's a
great.
good idea.
This is smart.
perfect.
We could sell this.
I have quite a conundrum that maybe you could help me sort out. I really fancy Jessica Rabbit from Who
Okay.
Framed Roger Rabbit.
Right.
So much so that I have artwork of her hanging on my wall. I also have more sexy art of her for other uses. I
Right.
find both her body type and red hair very attractive, not to mention her silky smooth voice. My question is, how do I find girls like this in real life? I find going to bars and other social settings difficult. Please help. I need Please help. I need my tall, busty, redhead girlfriend. P.S. I hope the pegging goes well, Ravs. Love the pod. Okay. So this person wants to marry a cartoon.
they want to fuck a cartoon.
I think we've got deeper issues going on here than just wanting redheaded
So
girlfriends.
I put that question in, Tom, because I read it and I was like, I instantly was thinking, how would you react if someone was writing that about Nigel?
Oh yeah.
Okay. the
I'd be
fact that-
deeply concerned.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Nigel isn't even a human. Like, it's kind of Nigel doesn't really have anything going on
No,
there. He's like,
no.
and also
You saying he's kendalled?
he's kendalled a little bit.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, we've never seen him
No.
derobed.
No,
Yeah.
he could be chadded.
You never
under
know,
there.
guys. You never
No.
know. He's magic.
He's magic. Nigel.
Magic.
But I think Nigel. Look, I don't want to know if it's happening. I don't want to change the way that I think about my boy Nigel.
No, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
But Jessica Rabbit at least has
she's
anatomical bits.
Yes, yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
She's and in many ways, she's
Booba.
for young,
Yeah.
for many young kids, young men out there. There's a moment watching those movies, where we all go, "Wow,
Yeah.
isn't she a lovely lady?"
I think there's no denying that. Yeah, God,
She's
looks
an,
great.
She's an attractive
Attractive.
cartoon.
If I was a cartoon man, I want that.
Yeah.
But I guess I think the deeper issue is the maybe obsession that's happening. And if you were to get a similar girlfriend, are you going to expect them to be?
Are they dressing up? Are they looking
Yes.
like it?
Do they want to look like this all the time? Do
Yeah.
they need to look this 100%? Because
That's a high standard to be
High
holding.
standard, slightly
fucking high,
unrealistic. Yeah,
crazy, crazy standard.
every morning waking up doing the Jessica Rabbit.
Oh my
yeah.
god! Every fucking morning
In the
doing
fucking
that
in the sparkly
shit.
dress.
Oh my god! Did you see there was like an old manual of from like the 50s of what a wife should do, and it was like one of the things was get up an hour or 2 hours before your husband, put on a full face of makeup, and go back to bed so that when he wakes up,
No.
Wow,
you
that's
you look
fucking
good.
crazy.
No.
It's fucking wild.
That's
That's
literally
horrible.
like the fucking sad clown.
It
meme,
is,
putting
yeah,
on the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
makeup.
Yeah, that is.
But that's it.
oh.
Yeah,
That's
the
fucked
high
up.
expectation is horrific.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's expectations are through the fucking roof.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jesus
yeah.
Christ! I want Jessica Rabbit. Like that's crazy.
I feel like I feel like you just have to realize they are 2D and you're 3D, and it's never going to
never
work.
gonna work.
And
Yeah.
you have to move on. You need
I'll-
to go
I'll-
cold turkey
She's
on Jessica
flat.
I'll
Rabbit.
give you a tiny bit of hope. Maybe he finds a nice cosplayer that will dress up as Jessica Rabbit for him.
every day of their
Yeah,
life.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
an insane.
Oh, every day, no, but like, maybe it's a little treat.
yeah.
Maybe that's he just needs to release. He
Yeah.
needs to have that moment.
God,
Just
it
do it
sounds
once
like
and
Have
Yeah.
the storyline be complete.
Yeah.
it sounds like they're unhealthily into Jessica Rabbit. If they're like, I have her on my wall and I have my secret Jessica folder.
Yeah, there's a lot of thought going into it.
Yeah.
A lot of thinking and time.
And it's
effort.
nice that they can admit it. That they can put
Honestly,
it on paper.
be open about this stuff. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine to talk about.
It's fine that you need to stop.
yeah. I guess it's fine until it involves another human being who you're going to treat like a cartoon.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like I like that it feels like they're weaning themselves down slightly already. They're like, I just need a big red-headed lady.
Yes, and that's fine. If that's what
Great.
you want.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's go down to maybe just red-headed. Let's lower expectations. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's build it down a little bit. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
the outfit isn't so important. The red hair.
This is
It'd
it.
just be lovely to find somebody, wouldn't it? Stop looking at the cartoons.
Yeah.
It'd be lovely to find
And I
somebody.
would say, is it Jessica Rabbit's personality that you like? Is
Yeah.
that any part of it, or is
Yeah.
it purely the looks? Because
the looks
looks
are going to be hard.
fade. Looks fade. And yeah, Jessica Rabbit has a pretty high standard of looks. Like, pretty unattainable
Some
for
would say
most
it's
human
pretty
beings.
unrealistic for women to attempt to be like Jessica
To
Rabbit.
have a 2-inch waist and
Oh my god, that
massive bust.
waist is like, how are you anatomically alive?
She's not. She's cartoon. She's
Yeah,
yeah.
The reason she looks like that, it's fake. It's
Yes.
not real.
Yep.
Stop
Yeah,
dreaming
yeah,
about
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever fantasized about a cartoon like Jessica Rabbit?
I mean, like when I was a young man growing up, I had
Yeah.
like crushes on like the Hex girls from Scooby Doo,
Nice.
fucking Shigo from like Kim
Shigo from
Possible.
fucking Kim Possible is
Jesus
crazy.
Christ!
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I feel like we've been like psyoped into loving like the gothy. Type
Yeah,
of
I do
characters.
feel like.
Like,
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like think of how many fucking cartoons and shit. I was always the goth person.
I feel like the first cartoon that made me like go like, was The Lion King, and that fucking.
I'm sorry.
Who's the lady lion?
Nala.
Nala. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
You were like, I want to fuck that line.
I was like, fuck a lion. Yeah, that's crazy. I was like,
Your
that's
life could have
crazy.
taken a totally different path. if you'd
Now I
have
hate
followed that.
furries.
Oh yeah. No, I think about it. There's that scene where she's like the fucking eyes on
Yeah.
top of
Oh yeah,
Simba.
it's what's the Love Me song? Circle,
Yeah.
not Circle of Love. That's Circle of Life.
I can't remember. I feel like I've stopped watching that movie because of
you
it.
had
Yeah.
to.
I had to like
stop yourself.
disconnect. This
Yeah.
is just my advice.
gone
You
too
have
deep.
to. You
Yeah.
have to stop.
Honestly, before it goes too far.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah, this is what would have happened if you'd have carried on down that path. Picture of Nala on the wall.
Fucking just big posters.
I just-
with
oh
my
my
Nala
God.
t-shirts.
Yeah.
I'm looking for my Nala.
Yeah. Spending a
Just
lot
go-
of time at the zoo.
Go to Kenya a lot.
got a fucking bad dragon thing.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
Yeah.
So what? So now was yours?
No, that wasn't like my first.
Okay.
Like I loved it, but that was the first
Your
time I was like
awakening,
looked at a
sexual awakening.
cartoon and was like,
I don't remember like cartoons being a thing. I remember there was like the I guess like no, because I'm thinking of the villain from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I used to watch
Yes.
that, and I was
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
don't know if I was like 6 or 7 when it was
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
and she was like an older woman who's like kind of mean, and I don't know, maybe I was
Yeah,
into that.
yeah.
But cartoon wise, I remember Jessica Rabbit being like, oh wow, but I don't.
But
It
I
was
feel
almost
like
like too much for
it
me
was-
as a
it
kid.
was too much,
It was
yeah,
like too
yeah.
sexualized for little me.
Yeah.
When I first watched it, I don't think I even understood. Really
No.
what was
Yeah, I
going
don't
on.
think I really
Yeah.
knew what was going on. I was like, oh, that big lady.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess that's it. You have a different
I don't
thing
feel like
when
I
you're younger.
computed it.
No.
I think because also she seems like an adult, and so as a kid, she's very adult.
Yes. Yeah.
in just all of her mannerisms
Yeah.
and stuff, and so it's like, she's not interesting.
Yeah.
Like she's not my friend. Like,
I was trying to think. There was some Simpsons episodes that I was trying to think of the characters in it. Like I remember when there's an episode of The Simpsons where Homer is he like a manager of a singer, like a country singer, and I remember liking that character. But I don't know. Like there's certain characters, but maybe that's because the story was all about that as
Yeah,
well. That was
yeah.
in my mind. I don't know if there's anyone.
Maybe.
There wasn't anyone that I was like obsessed over cartoon character wise.
no. I think because it's hard because they're a cartoon.
Yeah. I get it. Some people, it does.
Yeah.
Their brain is switched in that moment by.
It is
cartoon
weird.
when you're a
There's
kid.
nothing you can do to control
'cause
it. Your
things
brain
that-
is just like.
For sure, it's looking for those moments and things happen. You know.
And you have
but
to
Yeah.
wean yourself down, though. You got to bring yourself back down to
this is
3
it. What, like,
dimensions.
and like you said, they've already started doing it. What are the core key elements that you like about Jessica Rabbit, and how
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
make that a human being? And also, I'd say you're talking a lot of physical attributes. is their personality?
Yeah,
Is there
that's
common
very,
interest?
very shallow.
Maybe that's
my
how
good
you're
sir.
gonna. Yeah,
I do think that it's really interesting when we talk about dating a lot. You know, people say, "Oh, what kind of hair do you like in a woman?"
Yeah.
It's all these physical things, and it's never like the type of personality they are.
This is interesting because like hair has never been a thing for me where I'm like I love a particular kind of hair.
I couldn't give less of a shit.
I don't.
Yeah. Like it's more exciting. Like people that dye their hair and shit, you know, it's like
Yeah,
Well, this is it, yeah.
people can dye their hair, change their hairstyle. It doesn't matter. Like
I really, it's
Yeah.
never factored
Does
into.
not matter.
I'm not like
No.
I love a particular
But
kind
I do
of
feel
hair.
like some people go around with like their fucking list. I have my
Yeah, and
list.
this is
of,
it, yeah.
And if
Yeah.
they've got brown hair and blue eyes,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
not 5'11"
crazy.
plus,
Yeah.
then you're fucking
Yeah,
not
that's
never
so
on my
dumb.
radar. It's
Yeah.
like,
No.
like is that? Do you know what is that stereotype as bad as loving Jessica Rabbit?
oh, maybe.
I feel like both are just as healthy for dating
Well,
scenes.
Yeah,
both,
it's the same
both
thing.
are really dependent on physical looks.
Yeah.
seems
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess in a way, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with finding particular attributes
of
attractive,
course.
No.
but yeah, it is like if you're like, well, this person is like my best friend, and I get on with them so much, but they have blonde hair, and I want a red hair. It's like,
We're
Yeah.
literally perfect for each
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
in every way.
Yeah.
But her eyes are
green. She's
Yeah.
5'9".
She's 1 inch smaller than I wanted.
It's like I would never accept this.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone would ever actually do. I feel like at some point people will just get lonely and sad enough to be
Oh,
realistic.
at some point everyone gives up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this person is still excited, still like on the cusp of their
it
dating
strikes me
life.
that they're like maybe it feels like they're maybe like 18, 19.
Don't say that if they're 48. Like,
They're like-
that, you might.
Oh my
You
god.
never know who's
They
writing
watched,
in.
They watched the Jessica Rabbit in the cinemas when
Yes.
it came out.
Jesus.
With their first kid, Charlie.
Yeah. After my divorce from my first wife, I got obsessed with Jessica Rabbit.
It's hard on Tinder only swiping right for people named
Yeah.
Jessica.
He's not anywhere to be found. Yeah, it feels like, this person still has a lot of hope and they just
Yeah.
haven't given up yet. Just
Yeah.
give up. That's the advice.
Realistically, it's really fucking hard finding
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm just worried that you have a lot of constraints on it already.
Yeah, maybe just work towards this.
Yeah.
But start at a lower threshold
Yeah.
of someone who has a common interest.
Okay, now when they do find a partner, is it going to be weirder if they suddenly date a really tall ginger lady that she finds all of this fucking,
I don't want to fuck a rabbit.
the fucking rabbit crate of
Yeah.
rabbit porn and Jessica
yeah,
Rabbit
yeah.
fucking
Jesus
smut?
Christ. Oh my
Or
god.
is it weirder
That's weird.
that he dates someone that isn't, or they date someone that isn't ginger and looks like Jessica Rabbit, and then they find it? Like
Yeah,
which
they-
is the worst scenario?
So for the I feel like for the partner it would no, that is good. Because I was going to say if you're the partner who hasn't had it revealed to them, suddenly it's like finding the dirty secret and it's like
Yeah.
I will never live up to this
this
obsession.
expectation.
Yeah, but if you're, I feel like if you are Jessica Rabbit and
Yeah.
you're going out with this guy, you're being used.
yeah.
But
is it
are you also aware of it, so it's okay?
like, and now that you become aware of that obsession, like, is it a good fit? Like, does that make you feel empowered? It's like, yeah, he really
I just imagine-
he's really into me. He really loves me. Or is it like he thinks I'm Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah. Then it sets the standard of like, well, the day that I don't feel like being a sort of Jessica Rabbit type,
Yeah,
or you know,
yeah.
you don't quite fit that mold, then you're like, oh, they don't want me anymore.
Like the
because
day I
they
dye
want-
my hair is the day we get a divorce.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just picturing like imagine he bags a tall redhead named Jessica, weird fucking build that she has,
Crazy.
And, like, it's
A
like,
weird
come
tuft
to
on
my
his lower back.
And he's like, come up to my room, and
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
go up there, and it's like instantly a photo of Jessica Rabbit on the
The
wall.
yeah.
It's like,
That's
on the door
intense.
before you
Yeah.
even go in.
That's serial
he's
killer
forgot to
vibes.
put away his extra shit that's holding
Yeah.
the bed.
Yeah.
Sticky
Oh,
pictures,
mannequins of like costumes.
Oh god!
my
He's
God,
like,
yeah.
I've got something I want you to wear, and it's
Yeah.
just this like sticky dress.
And he comes
No.
out with his rabbit ears on and
No.
his red dungarees and his Roger Rabbit.
Call me Roger. Call me Roger.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, just lower your expectations. Cartoon characters aren't real, and fucking go fuck something else.
Yeah, I feel like
Take
the
down
only-
the photo, throw out the porn.
Yeah, wade out into the pool of dating, try some things,
Yeah.
see some people. And you never know what will come along. Maybe
never
this
know.
will happen at some point. If you go for 100 people, maybe one of them has a bit of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the look he's going for certainly exists, but
Yeah.
you're really trimming down your options.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna take a long time.
Yes. Yeah.
It's out there, but it's gonna take a long time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Good luck.
Good luck. You can do it.
Wonderful, Tom. thank you so much for joining
Oh,
us.
thank you so much for having
for
me,
a
guys.
wonderful episode of Zero
What a
Degrees.
great
That was
episode.
So much fun.
It's really fun.
Go and follow Tom on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. Go and sub to his Patreon. Got lots of lovely stuff on there.
Yeah.
And thanks to all our wonderful patrons as well.
Yeah, thank you, patrons.
We're about to record a little Am I the Asshole for the patrons. So
We've got
hop
a
on over there.
doozy lined up this week.
Yeah, got a real silly one. So come and check us out there. And if you enjoyed, send in some questions. We're always looking for more silly questions,
We love them.
funny predicaments. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. See you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.